No time to waste today, only have a short amount of time to climb, but I wanted to get a quick endurance workout in. Today I'm climbing every V1 in the gym as fast as possible, no breaks, no resting. Let's just see what happens. Okay, let's get started here. So there were quite a few V1s. As you can see, I can crank up a V1 pretty easily. Nothing was too difficult here. The hard part was that I didn't take any breaks. So by the end of my climbing session, I was very pumped. You'll see my any sort of technique quickly went out the window the more I got tired. These first two were pretty fun, pretty straightforward. The wall was a little angled, which made the holds just a little bit harder, but these first two were really kind of a nice warm-up because there was nothing too hard about these. We also kind of had the gym to ourselves in this session, so that made things really nice. And you can see here I'm really kind of trying to hurry, get from thing to thing. Again, I'm not taking any breaks. Okay, this one, my technique's going to look really sloppy, but that's actually because my right hand hold, the hold came loose when I put my weight on it. So I kind of switched up my strategy a little bit there. It made this climb a little bit uglier, but again, this is not a technique day. Obviously, I'm trying to have the best technique that I can, but today is mostly just about staying on the wall, getting a good session, getting a good pump, really working on that endurance training. This is something that I've never done before, this kind of climbing. Usually I go in there and I try to project harder stuff, so it really was kind of fun to just jump in here and blast through all of these easier ones. So this red one here that I'm doing right now and this orange one that I'm about to do were both really easy, nothing too crazy. This orange one actually had a little bit of like an underhold on this left hand right here. That was kind of cool. So yeah, I cranked up these. By the time I got here, I was already feeling tired, and you can tell that my technique is getting a little bit worse. I'm not definitely not looking as smooth on the wall as I would like to be, but again, just here for a good workout. I hit the gym pretty good this week doing some projecting stuff that I didn't film, trying to work through some harder problems, so I really didn't have the arm strength or the tendon strength to keep up with harder problems for this session. So this was a nice break on the fingers, break on the tendons, more was just forearm conditioning almost. So now we're getting into these ones here are actually starting to get a little harder, which was really difficult because by this point I was already very tired. So this blue one was probably the second hardest one of the entire gym. Again, these are all V1s, but these are pretty slopey holds, and normally I would not have an issue with these, but I was feeling very pumped, and these were definitely harder to hold on to than a typical super jug style hold. So I was happy. I was really worried I wasn't going to be able to do that one. I really wanted to get these all on the first go without having to redo any of them, so I was happy to have gotten that one. This red one here was a little bit easier. The only interesting part was kind of this sideways motion here, having to do a little bit of matching. Oh, I actually skipped the matching right there and just blasted through that one. By this point, I'm definitely getting tired. Still have a few routes left to go, which is difficult because this green one here and the yellow one after it are very difficult for as far as a V1 goes. Now you can see the holds here aren't as good. We've got a couple volcano style holds, and then these are just like pinches, not positive holds at all. Now the yellow one, I would say, is the hardest V1 in the whole gym, which is not great because it's the second to last one that I climbed. You can tell I'm even nervous to get on it. And you'll see as I climb it here that you can tell that it's a struggle for me. I mean, by this point, my forearms are just blasted. I'm so tired. You can see my legs shaking there. The holds here are not as good as they look, and they're not as positive as they look, and they're angled in weird ways, just making the whole problem a little bit tougher overall. But I made it, and I did not see that coming. You can see I'm just totally out of gas here, but I've got this one last purple one. Thank goodness that this is the last one, because this one's actually pretty easy. I mean, it's not that long. It's on the shortest part of the shortest wall. So only a couple moves, and they're all super great. And finally, I make it to the top. You can see I do a little bit of a celebration top out there. And by this point, I'm totally out of gas. 8:16 was the time it took me to get to and climb all of them. And my goal was under 10, so definitely a win there. Ready? Holy cow. That was ridiculous. I promise next time I'm going to climb more exciting stuff. Again, I only had a couple minutes in here, so I wanted to just get a workout in. If you're ever pressed for time or you want to work on resistance and endurance and, forearm strength, this was a pretty fun way to do it. Go a couple of grades below what you can do. Just climb everything as fast as you can. Even climb routes a couple times if you want, but I'm pooped personally, so we're going to call it here. Thank you guys for watching. Feel free to subscribe and like and comment and say hey. End of my YouTuber talk. That cut.
The sweat on your forehead. It's glistening.